People say employee relations is more about making people happy. Well, is that really the case? Or is it the more humanistic you are, the better? Well, don't get confused, because we will be talking about employee relations today right here on Certification Insights. My name is Bamidele Vivian Osagie. Welcome to the show. We will be back right after this. Welcome back from that short break. This is Certification Insights. My name is Bamidele Vivian Osagie. So now to the crux of the matter. Our topic today is none other than employee relations. And I'm so excited that my guest today is going to be shedding some light and giving us insights into it. So having said that, my guest is none other than Ajibola Bamidele. Oh my days! Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me again.
I've missed you. No, you were like on the show not too long ago, but I always feel like when you come, you go, and we miss you so much here. So we're so happy to have you again.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into the matter. Employee relations. What is it?
The way it sounds. Relationship between employer and employee. So if you want to be more technical, we'll say it's the body of work that is concerned with maintaining employer-employee relationships that will always lead to performance, motivation, and morale. So it's everything you need to do, okay, that will maintain that relationship between yourself, employer, and an employee, such that that relationship will lead to business performance, will lead to employee motivation, will lead to great morale. So employee relations is not your team members loving you. That's not employee relations. Though that's morale. If the morale is high, but if you focus on morale, then according to Brooks and Morton theory, then you become a country club manager whereby you will not achieve any goal, but people will like you. Wow. I've seen people say, man, my employee, we are very cool, but the business is going down. That's not employee relations. Okay. So anything you have to do to maintain, because the reason why employer got the employee is to achieve a goal. And everything, there's no other relationship between the first key goal is why the company was set up. And the relationship we're trying to make is that how do we work on this together so that we achieve the goal, and also you are always excited about the work, you are motivated to give in your best, and also morale. So many times employers start putting things in place to make sure there's work-life balance, to make sure, but those ones, you see, start moving towards morale, motivation. You know, we look at what motivates each individual, each member you have, and you come up with things around that can motivate them. But you also think about performance management. You know, now, how do I manage your performance? How do I deal with employee disciplinary issues? If you're not doing well, how do we handle these things? Because we must achieve the goal. So employee relations is everything around how we can maintain that relationship
between the employer and the employee. And
that relationship will be mutual. Because if it's what we call underinvestment, okay, whereby employers want to pay peanuts and they want more from the employee. We have overinvestment. Employee wants to earn a lot and not do anything.
Not doing much.
So the only way it can work is when it's mutual, whereby you're giving a lot and you're getting a lot. You know, we're giving a lot and you're getting, we call it expected contribution and offer inducement. The more what they give you is expected, you know, the employer is expecting a certain level of contribution, and it also is giving you an offering at the same time. So it's a two-way thing. So that's what I see as employee relations. Okay, so in our conversation now, I know you've highlighted some key benefits and purposes of employee relations. I'm just going to ask you, like, in a nutshell, like, can you just highlight like 3 major things that or purpose or benefits of employee relations? Okay, before I talk about benefit of employee relations, I need to first let us know that because we have diverse employees, they're not the same. And you cannot start a practice whereby you treat this guy differently, then there will be uniformity.
Sure.
There's something we call, what they call the justice, whereby everybody feels a sense of equity. So
balance.
If you have diverse kind of team members, then you need to have what we call employee relations strategy.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, because, and strategy means policy that govern the relationship. Because this guy is different from this guy. So I need to let you know that, okay, if you want to discipline in this organization, this is what we do. So that you don't feel, I did this to you. No, this is our enterprise pathway or way of handling situations like this. So that everybody will feel that, okay, I've committed this, I've gone against this, and this is what they do to all, they're doing to me. So it's no longer about me.
Like if you're attacked all the time, it's a personal thing.
So with that understanding, we can now start talking about benefits of employee relations. Since you now have something you do, if this happened this way, then it's easy for us to now say, what are the benefits? Then there won't be confusion. There won't be people feeling demotivated, people feeling sidelined, people feeling this, people feeling calm. People will expect more than what they are given. Because if they've told you, come, these are our own standpoints as regards to reward. These are reward policy. If you do this, you get this. So you've not done this, so you should not be feeling bad because they're not giving you this, because it's clear in our reward policy. So most of when those things are not clear, is where people start feeling they're cheating me, they're using all those things. What is clear? But sometimes employees also feel that, man, companies just change things for them. And it's hard because they're not dealing with you alone. They need to change their strategy before they can. Because if you don't change the strategy and they alter things around you, they're setting themselves up for implied contract, which can lead to inequity. Some employees that are not favored will start feeling bad. That, okay, so now it's customized based on who the employer like. So it's majorly, but that happens in most companies. That, we don't do this to everybody, but it's us they do it to. So we need to be very clear, and that's why the strategy is very important. So when we have that, the benefits, like, of course, people know what to expect. There's no gray area. And for everything, if I start listing everything that benefits, is that there won't be need for employee confusion. Employee will not demand for what they should not demand for. Employee will be excited because now you are thinking about what will motivate them, what will give them morale. Also, so you're creating work-life balance. You're coming up with things that can excite them. But don't forget, all this excitement, if an employer is taking care of your health, the reason why he's doing that is so that the work can go on well. Not really about, it's about, am I going to take care of this employee well so that there can be performance?
It inevitably comes back to your business.
It's the reason why they've put all those things in place is just because so the business can thrive. And so when you see likes of Microsoft and so many big companies are really high on a lot of things, it's because they want productivity. So when we're doing it well, then there'll be productivity. That's
the benefits.
That's one of the benefits because it's equity, and there will be less court case because nobody will sue you that they don't do so because it's clear. And that's basically what I feel about it.
And less conflict as well.
Less conflict.
Okay, so another thing here, how at the end of the day do you manage the employee relations? What are those things you put in place, the steps you take to manage?
So have policy about everything. That's all. I said employee relations. Have policy about everything. Your recruitment policy, your reward policy, your disciplinary policy, your harassment policy, have policy about everything. And train your managers on how to implement those policies. And make sure you follow the policy in what you do. And destroy any policy that is no longer working. Because policies also expire. So any policy that is not working again, update it, destroy it, and come up with policy. But make sure you don't run without policy. Okay,
so nobody feels like, what, the organization is favoring this one, but not favoring
and make sure whatever policy you are doing is targeted towards the company goals. Because there's no employee relations without business productivity.
Ooh, that's the key word right there.
And motivation and morale. It's around those three things.
Motivation,
morale, business productivity. The
three
are very important.
Woo! Ajibola Bamidele. Okay, so in a nutshell, as we are done talking about employee relations, I hope that everyone watching this, they have clear insights into what it is. I'm totally bringing you back. We have more topics to talk about when it comes to employees.
I also feel that to build more, you should sign up for a PHRI exam, because you will see that you'll be learning employee relations for about 8 hours and about 9 hours. So, and that's also a summary, but at least it's about 8 hours on this topic. We're looking at contracts, we're looking at policies, we're looking at different things that you need to know, even work-life balance, you know. We have EAPs, employee assistance programs, how do you use it? All those things are there. So I feel you should pick up PHRI, module there. And if you don't want to write the exam, just take the module and say, I want this module, then you learn.
Also, you can just train and then
you can train and don't have to do exams. So just upskill yourself.
Okay. You heard the man. Upskill yourself while you can, okay? Ajibola Bamidele, thank you so much for coming on the show. And it's a wrap right here on Certification Insights. I hope you learned a thing or two about employee relations. Till next time, be kind to one another. It's not going to cost you much. My name remains Bamidele Vivian Osagie. Take care. And don't forget, subscribe and engage with our comment section, okay? Right there on the screen.
Thank you.
See ya.
For over 15 years, Certification Edge has been in the business of training professionals to pass the PMP, CBAP, ACP, and HR certifications from HRCI and SHRM.
Yes, our results speak. With over 90% pass rate, we are unmatchable.
With our globally certified coaches,
excellent after-class support system,
over 1,000 practice tests,
and our magical FIV you will never find anywhere else.
Choose Certification Edge for all your global certification needs, and let us celebrate your wins in grand style.
Remember, to be the best, you've got to train with the best.
Contact us for all your global certification needs today.
Certification Edge, building cross-border capabilities.